Hi, I am Energetic Coder and I am here for another lesson. In this lesson I want to talk about Unity Tilemap system, also animated tilemaps in Unity. Don't wasting time and start the lesson. Before starting I want to introduce one website for downloading 2D free assets, and it's very awesome. You can download a lot of free assets and use them in your commercial game. It's itch.io. I would suggest you to check the website. For this tutorial also I have downloaded one asset from the website. You can download the asset from link in description. Also 2D extras for using the animated tilemap feature. There are the links in description. Okay, drag and drop the PNG folder to Unity project folder. Open the PNG folder and open the tile set. As you can see here, we have 32 by 32 pixel size for the tiles, and it is important to know that you should consider the tile size when you're downloading. For example, if you check the itch.io, you can see a lot of assets with different tile size, and the tile size has been mentioned in each asset. It's important to set that in Unity. Here, click on the tile set and change the texture type to sprite 2D and UI, and change the pixel per unit to the tile size. It's 32 by 32 in this situation. I change that to 32 and change the sprite mode to multiple because we have different sprites here in one PNG file, and change the filter mode to no filter and change the compression to none for the better quality. We change the filter mode because we don't want any softness around the edge and we want to have hard edge. For the better hard edge and to have better hard edge, you should change another option. Go to the edit project setting and select your script render pipeline. Here it's a universal render pipeline, and select that, and in the quality disable the anti-aliasing and the softness option for edge. It is necessary for using the pixel art and have the hard edge for the pixel arts. Okay, click on the tile set again, and if I want to slice the tile, we should use the sprite editor. And if you click on the sprite editor, we have one error: no sprite editor windows registered. For fixing this problem, it's very easy. Go to the Windows and Package Manager and install the 2D sprite and 2D tilemap. Now two packages have been installed and ready to use. Let's close the package manager and click on the tile set again. Open the sprite editor window and let's slice the sprite based on the tile size. Click on the slice and select the grid by cell size and change the pixel size to 32 by 32 and click on the slice. Now the sprites have been sliced, and click on apply for applying the change and close the window. And here we can create one grid system for creating the tile maps. Right click on the draw hierarchy and select 2D object and select tile map. Now we have one grid system, and inside the grid system we have default tile map layer. Here in the tile map renderer we have one important option. It's order layer. Order layer is a system like layer in Photoshop. You can have top layers, bottom layers. It's very good. It's very important for designing your 2D game inside Unity. For example, if I want to have one platform here and trees behind that, I can create one trees layer here and set the order layer value to 0. It's default, and Control C and Control V the layer and change the name to platform. And let's change the order layer value to 1 because it's top layer. Let's create one tile palette and using the tiles. Go to Windows, 2D and Tile Palette. Click on Create New Palette. I want to name it LP Level Palette, and let's click on create a new folder, one irrelevant name, for example P here, and select the folder and drag and drop the tile set to the tile palette and select the folder for creating the assets, and the assets now are creating. Now we have assets here and we can use them. It's very good. We have different tools on the top side. We have the brush, box filler, and eyedropper or eraser and filler. Okay. Uh, with the brush tool we can select some tiles and let's draw that tiles. For example, if I select these tiles here, we can draw the tiles in the game. With the box filler we can select a tile and start to draw a box and fill the box with selected tiles. It's very good when you want to fill a big area with your tiles. Okay, very good. With the eyedropper, for example, if I create some grass here and some ground here, I can select the grass with eyedropper tools and start to draw grass on the selected area. Also, you can press the I key on your keyboard for selecting eyedropper. I can erase the tile with the eraser tools, and also I can use the float fill tool for filling the smart area with the selected tiles. Now let's create some basic level. Let's select these tiles here and start to draw the tiles. Okay, it's very good. And for example, let's create this bottom side and start to draw the ground here and select the grasses and starting to draw. For example, select these tiles here and it's good. And for example, select these tiles here for closing this edge, and it's very good. Now we want to create trees, and if I create trees on the same layer, we have some problem here because trees shows over the platform layer, and we should use bottom layer for creating the trees and fixing this problem. Select the trees layer for creating trees inside that layer, and let's create. Now the layer system will help us to fix the problems when creating the tiles. Okay, it's very good. Let's zoom out and we'll create one tree, and it's good. Let's create a background behind the trees. Go to the mountains folder and select the background and change the texture type to sprite to the GUI 6 and change the pixel per unit to 32 and click on apply, and let's drag and drop the background. As you can see, we have background and order layer number is 0, and we want to be behind the trees. In the trees we have 0 value, and for the background let's change that to -2 because we want to have some rocks, some mountains and some clouds after the background layer. Let's change that to -2 for having the mountains and clouds in the -1 layer, and let's scale the background layer, and it's very good. Now we want to create some animated clouds here and some rocks here. As you can see, we have for example, let's check it out in the Explorer. Go to the mountains folder in your downloaded assets. Let's see the layer 2 anim, layer 2 anim 1 anim 2. Now we can see we have one animated tile map, and we can use that in our work. Okay, for using that we should use the 2D extras from the Unity. For installing that, go to this address, and this address is mentioned in description, and click on code and download the zip file. Also you can use the direct link in description. I have uploaded that to my Google Drive, and you can use that in your project. Go to the Windows package manager and click on plus button and add a package from disk. Select the add package from disk and go to your folder. Here I have the file in this folder. Let's extract the files, extract the downloaded file to one folder and let's select that file here and select the package.json file for installing the selected package inside Unity, waiting for installing. Now if you check in project assets, you can see the 2D tilemap extras has been installed and you can use that. And for using an animated tile, you can right click on the project folder and click on create 2D tiles and animated tile. One a scriptable object will appear here. Number of animated tiles is 2. We have 2 animated tiles, and let's change them to 2D sprite and change the pixel per unit size to 32 and change that to single. For example, we want to use rocks, mountains and clouds at the same time. Let's change that again. Default to sprite 2D and UI, and change the size to 32 and click on apply, and click on the scriptable object and name it, for example, mountain and clouds. Okay, very good. And let's drag and drop the first tile and drag and drop the second tile to that again, and open the Windows tile palette, 2D tile palette, and I can create a new palette and name it, for example, mountain, and select the folder, select the P folder again, and it's good. And let's drag and drop this scriptable object onto that. And for creating the background layer and the mountain layer and clouds layer, I want to create a new tile map here. Let's Control C and Control V for duplicating the layer, and let's name it mountain and change it to -1. Okay, we have -2 for the background, and we have -1 for the rock and cloud, and we have 0 for the trees, and also we have 1 for the platform. Change active tile map to the mountain, and let's create the mountain here. And we have the mountains behind the trees and after the background. That's okay, very good. And let's change the camera projection to orthographic, and in the game object as I select the align with view to have this view. And in the mountain we have one option, animation frame rate. In each tile map you have one option named animation frame rate, for frame rate of the animation. If I play the level, you can see the animation is very slow. Let's change it to 5, and you can see we have the better animation. For example, 3 will be good. And I think it is enough for this lesson. There are a lot of tools in Unity Tilemap system, and this lesson I only talked about the basics. I will talk about other tools in the next lessons. And thank you for your watching, and if you like my tutorials, you can subscribe to my channel and watch the other videos. Bye to the next lesson.